The wind carried whispers that no one could understand, brushing against the stone walls of the ancient temple like fingers tracing forgotten secrets. Night had descended, thick and suffocating, draping the world in shadow. Yet within the temple, a dim glow emanated from the blackened candles set in a deliberate, chaotic pattern across the altar. Eleanor stepped cautiously through the labyrinthine corridors, her every footfall echoing like a heartbeat through the void. Each step seemed to awaken the temple, as if the very stones remembered the rites performed upon them centuries ago, and now demanded her presence as penance or test. The air was thick with incense and something older, more potent, something that clung to the soul like a shadow of its own volition. She inhaled sharply, the scent of myrrh and burnt parchment filling her lungs, twisting into visions behind her eyes. Shadows shifted along the walls, sometimes just tricks of the flickering candlelight, sometimes manifesting into forms that watched her with silent, knowing patience. She did not speak. In the temple, sound was unnecessary. The air itself vibrated with memory, and even her thoughts seemed to echo along the corridors. At the heart of the temple lay the Chamber of Mirrors, a sanctum long abandoned by the world, yet alive with the remnants of ritual and magic. Eleanor approached the center, where a circular arrangement of obsidian mirrors reflected not her own image but fleeting glimpses of other worlds, other possibilities. Each reflection breathed, twisting and writhing as though alive, showing her fears, desires, and choices in fragmented visions. One mirror revealed a version of herself bound in chains of flame. Another depicted the temple consumed by shadow, the corridors writhing like serpents. And somewhere, in the corner of her mind, a voice whispered, "The ritual begins anew." The first incantation came unbidden, sliding from her lips in a tongue she had never learned but somehow knew. The mirrors quivered, their surfaces rippling like black water, and the shadows across the floor began to coalesce. From them emerged figures, cloaked in darkness, their faces obscured, yet Eleanor felt their gaze pierce through her very soul. They were not alive, yet not entirely dead. Guardians of the ritual, perhaps, or echoes of those who had failed before. One stepped forward, raising a hand, and the entire chamber shuddered as though the temple itself were breathing, its pulse syncing with hers. Eleanor did not retreat. She had trained for this, though she did not know it in conventional terms. Each shadow tested her, probing for weaknesses, feeding on hesitation. She moved with deliberate grace, chanting the words that had arrived like a tide. And as she spoke, the mirror's reflections began to stabilize, revealing a single coherent path forward. She followed it, the shadows flanking her, the candles flickering in a rhythm that matched her